Good afternoon. Today is February 24, 2005. This is KPVU-TV, Panther News Network. I am your host, Kazadi.
And I'm Journee Strode. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's your news for today.
Now, for our opening news today, a man has been arrested after multiple women reported being attacked and harassed by a bearded man on a bicycle in Montrose area. The women said that he harassed them for money and called them nasty names when they declined. In some cases, they said he turned violent. The suspect identifies as a 28-year-old Torrey Johnson. He was originally supposed to face a judge on Monday, but his court appearance was reset for Tuesday. Johnson is accused of multiple attacks across the Montrose area. ABC 13 first reported the attacks last week, and our report was mentioned in the charging documents for Johnson's arrest. Surveillance videos a man harassing a woman last Tuesday morning as she walked her dog on Roseland near Harold. I know you got $1, expletive. You can hear him yell as he follows her down the sidewalk. Seconds later, out of the view of the camera, you can hear something fall and the woman scream. Another attack involved a victim named Catherine as she walked her dog near Marshall Street last Wednesday. Police says Johnson hit Catherine on the back with a closed fist, pushed her, and threatened her with a gun. Catherine told ABC 13 she was in fear of her life. He said, "Why the expletive weren't you listening to me? Why did you just ignore me when I was trying to talk to you?" And Catherine stated, "I'm so sorry, like I didn't hear you say anything." Then he was like, "Give me $1, I need $1." I was like, "I'm sorry, I don't have any cash on me," Catherine said. Catherine said he then got off his bike and swung at her. "He would have punched me in the face if I hadn't moved out the way," she said. Johnson is facing multiple charges including robbery and evading arrest.
In more opening news, in Memphis, Tennessee, a missing teen has been found. Memphis Police Department and investigators developed a lead on where Genesis Rodriguez was kidnapped and held at gunpoint by a 19-year-old Diego Velquez Espino. The police department said the teen was kidnapped by a masked man in the 3000 block of Nightway Road just before 7 p.m. on Thursday, February 20th. Genesis stood at 5'2" inches tall and 94 pounds. The suspect had an unknown handgun and was wearing a green camo print jacket. With the help of U.S. Marshals, Genesis was found on the 3900 block of State Line Road West. And Diego was issued a warrant for kidnapping and is currently in custody in Mississippi.
Now for today's local news, around 11 p.m. last night, a 15-year-old calls 911 claiming he is going to kill someone or himself. A dispatcher calls back and speaks with his mother, who insists everything is fine. Moments later, Houston Fire Department units arrived at an apartment complex on Greens Road to check on the situation. In the parking lot, the teen confronts firefighters, points a gun at them, then throws the weapon and runs. Police arrive, pursue, and apprehend him nearby. Investigators soon uncover the horrifying truth. Under the influence of a bad reaction to a bunch of edibles, the teen shot his mother multiple times in the back and his 17-year-old sister multiple times. Both victims undergo emergency surgery and remain in critical condition, while a 16-year-old sister inside the home is unharmed. Firefighters escape injury, and the gun is recovered at the scene. Authorities withhold the names of those involved as the investigation upholds.
Moving on to our very own PVAMU news, and an exciting update for football fans has occurred. The Prairie View A&M Panthers have officially announced their opponent for the 2025 homecoming game. On October 25th this year, the Panthers will face off against the Lincoln University Oaklanders in what promises to be a thrilling showdown at Panther Stadium. This matchup was scheduled pending the announcement of Prairie View's previous opponent, North American University, canceling their football season as a whole.
This is Panther News Network. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Thank you for staying with us. Here's your remaining news of the day.
Now for our HBCU news, Livingstone College in Salisbury, North Carolina has received another game-changing $10 million donation, marking the second such contribution in less than a year. The anonymous donor, who gave $10 million last summer, is helping fund the Miracle on Monroe Street construction initiative, advancing the college campus renovation efforts. This last gift will allow the college to complete phases 3 of its renovation, including upgrades to historical Gawler Hall and Honors Hall. Under President Dr. Anthony Davis' leadership, Livingstone College has raised nearly $40 million in private donations over the past 2 years, fueling a 13% increase in student enrollment. These generous investments are crucial in enabling the institution to thrive despite inconsistent federal funding.
In unfortunate news, in many HBCUs around the country, the USDA scholarships for Black students has been suspended. A federal scholarship aimed at boosting from underserved in rural areas has been put on hold. This scholarship has provided many students with full tuition and fees for students studying agriculture or food or natural resources at the 1890 land grant institutions. President Donald Trump administration have stated that the pause was necessary to review whether spending aligned with his executive orders on issues like climate change and diversity and also equity.
Now for our entertainment, breaking news in the music industry, we have lost a legend, Roberta Flack, the Grammy-winning singer known for such hits as The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face and Killing Me Softly with his song, died February 24th. Her rep confirmed in a statement in E! News she was 88. We are heartbroken that the glorious Roberta Flack passed away this morning, February 24, 2025. The statement reads, she died peacefully surrounded by her family. Roberta broke boundaries and records. She was also a proud educator. Flack's passed coming 3 years after she announced in 2022 that she had ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, which made it impossible to sing and not easy to speak. Her manager said at the time, adding that it will take a lot more than ALS to silence this icon.
Lastly, in entertainment news, LeBron James made history Thursday night just by suiting up for the Los Angeles Lakers 110-102 over the Portland Trail Blazers. And then he made some more history while closing out the game in the fourth quarter. With his starting nod in Portland, James moved past Vince Carter for the third place on the NBA's all-time leaderboard for games played. He now sits at 1,542 and counting, 18 behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and 69 behind Robert Parrish. Assuming good health, James can catch Abdul-Jabbar later this season and would become the all-time leader during the 2025 to 26 season, at which point he would be the only player in NBA history to play in 23 seasons. James has already played the most postseason games, which is 287, in NBA history. That is your news for today. Keep on watching to see more of the Panther News Network team with your daily segments.
Good evening, I'm Chloe Stubblefield, and this is A Bone to Pick, where we address issues affecting our student life here at Prairie View A&M University. Today, we're diving into a chilling topic, literally. If you spent any time in a PVAMU classroom, dorm, or common space lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The air conditioning, or in some cases, the lack of it. Students are sitting in freezing classrooms, shivering through lectures, or returning to dorms that feel like saunas. Why does it seem impossible to get consistent working AC on campus? Let's break it down. Starting with the cold, walking into buildings like Hillard or New Science is like stepping into a deep freezer. Students wrap themselves in hoodies, coats, and even bring blankets to class just to make it through. Some professors have even joked about holding office hours in Antarctica. But it's not funny when students can't focus on their education because they're too busy trying to stay warm. And while classrooms are frigid, dorms are another story entirely. Take the UC dorms, for example. Students report their AC units either don't work properly or are completely unreliable. One room feels like an icebox while the next door feels like heat wave. One room feels like an icebox while the room next door feels like a heat wave. Buildings like the University Village and Phase 3, some of the older housing options also suffer from outdated AC systems that struggle to keep up. Some students have to sleep with multiple blankets in the winter, while others are sweating through their sheets in the summer. Now, when that Texas heat kicks in, the problem flips entirely. Suddenly, classrooms that were freezing turn into sweltering ovens, and buildings like the Harrington and Hobart become unbearable. Students find themselves fanning with notebooks, desperate for a break from the heat. And let's not forget about the dining area. Imagine trying to enjoy a meal at the MSC while feeling like you just walked into a sauna. So what's the root of the problem? PVAMU has a growing acceptance rate for more students each year, but the infrastructure hasn't been properly maintained or updated to match. Many of these buildings have aging HVAC systems. That simply can't keep up. Maintenance requests pile up and students are often left waiting days, sometimes even weeks for a fix that may or may not last. So what can be done? For students, the best course of action is to report issues as soon as they arrive. Flood the system with maintenance requests so the problem can't be ignored. Bring concerns to the SGA and housing representatives. Strength is in numbers, and the more people speak up, the harder it becomes for administration to brush the issue aside. For PVAMU administration, it's time to prioritize climate control on campus. Regular maintenance checks, faster response times for repairs, and transparency about HVAC system upgrades should be at the forefront. The university should also consider long-term investments in modernized heating and cooling systems that don't leave students at the mercy of outdated technology. This isn't just about comfort, it's about quality of life. Students are paying thousands in tuition and housing, yet they can't even count on a comfortable place to learn or sleep. PVMU needs to prioritize fixing and modernizing the AC systems across campus. For now, I'm Chloe Stubblefield, and this has been A Bone to Pick. Stay cool out there, PV, if you can. Good evening, Panthers. I'm Chloe Stubblefield, here with your weekly weather forecast to keep you ahead of the game. Let's take a look at what's in store for Prairie View A&M University. Starting the week on Monday with some morning fog, but once that clears, expect partly sunny skies and a high of 69. Tonight, temperatures will drop to 49, so grab a light jacket if you're heading out. As we move forward to Tuesday, fog will make another early appearance, but don't worry, it won't stick around for long. Skies will turn partly sunny, bringing in a warm high of 76. The night will stay a mild low of 53. Wednesday brings another pleasant day with partly sunny skies and a high of 68. The evening will be comfortable with temperatures settling around 51 degrees. Later in the week on Thursday, a bit of breeze will roll in, cooling things down slightly. Expect partly sunny skies and a high of 68. Overall, we're looking at a chilly low of 42 degrees, so be sure to layer up. As we move into the weekend on Friday, sunshine makes a strong comeback, bringing in a pleasant high of 72. The evening will be slightly warmer with temperatures dipping to 45 degrees. For Saturday, mostly sunny skies will make for a great day with temperatures climbing up to 74 degrees. The night will stay a comfortable low 47. To wrap up the weekend on Sunday, there will be a partly sunny skies, so stick around with a high of 72. The evening remains mild with temperatures around 56 degrees. So Panthers, it's a calm, comfortable week ahead with a mix of sun, a bit of breeze, and mild temperatures. Keep an eye on foggy mornings and enjoy the warm afternoons. This has been your PV Weather Update with Chloe Stubblefield. Stay safe and have a great week, Panthers.
Hi everyone, my name is Journee Strode, and this is For the Culture. When we learn about Black household names, we usually know of their accomplishments and achievements, but sometimes it's because of something bad. Sometimes we can be on the wrong side of the history book. When the name Sandra Bland occurs in people's heads, the first thing they think about is how she's another statistic of police brutality. But sometimes we have to take the bad along with the good and learn from it. and maybe learn some things that we haven't learned before. Sandra Annette Bland was born in Naperville, Florida on February 7, 1987. Raised by a single black mother of 5 daughters at age 10, she was an active member of the church playing the trombone. And then graduating from Willowbrook High School in Villa Park, Illinois, she earned a marching band scholarship to Prairie View A&M University in 2005. She also became a member of the Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. She then completed her agriculture degree at Prairie View in 2009, moving back to Illinois. Then in early 2015 on her social media page, Bland posted a series of videos titled Sandy Speaks. The topics were police brutality, inattentive parents, and personal emotional struggles. On July 9, 2015, she moved back to Texas because she had been hired for a staff position at Prairie View. The next day, she returned to Prairie View to fill out paperwork, and shortly after leaving campus, she was pulled over by Officer Brian Asinia for changing lanes without signaling. Bland refused to extinguish her cigarette that Asinia ordered her to. Her reasoning because of the privacy of her car. Bland questioned the officer, then he drew his gun. After Bland exited her car, Officer Asinia got rough with her, manhandling her to the ground and then arresting her. His reasoning for doing so was because he feared for his life because she raised her voice. And then 3 days later, on the morning of July 13, 2015, police reported Bland had used a plastic bag to hang herself in her cell. Waller County Sheriff R. Glenn Smith stated she had previously attempted suicide during her booking, but she was not placed under suicide watch. Her family insisted that Bland wasn't depressed, but instead outraged that she was doing the way that she was. The bottom line is that the incident was never serious enough to get assaulted during arrest. When will there be a day when we are treated like equals, like human beings and not animals? Every time we enter Prairie View A&M, we enter on Sandra Bland Parkway. We will never forget the legacy she left as a student and the legacy that she might have left as a staff member. Forever, we will say her name, Sandra Bland. Again, I'm Journee Strode, and this is For the Culture.
That concludes our show today. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KPVU-TV. This is Panther News Network. I'm your host, Kazadi Evans.
And I'm Journee Strode. Thank you so much. Have a great day.